Why is Boris Johnson a working class hero? So I'm in Pulborough today, Uckfield area, and a few weeks back I'd done a video on why Jacob Rees-Mogg is a working class hero. So I'm doing another one along those lines. I'm going for the big man, Boris Johnson. Why is Boris Johnson a working class hero? Why is he so popular in Britain, and why does he keep hitting the heights of these polling charts even after the last year that we've had? Is it because he likes to go on zip wires and wave British flags?
Do you mind? It's a very, very good idea. Can you get me a rope?
Is it because he makes a good cup of tea?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Do you regret your comments? Do you regret your comments?
Go on, have a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Or is it because he's really shit at tug of war? I mean, they're my best guesses, because I really don't know why you'd vote for this guy to be Prime Minister. I mean, I'll just gloss over what the government have done in the last year or so as a government. You know, you look at the dodgy PPE contracts, that's common knowledge, that's been thrown out. You look at the disaster, the 37 billion that's spent on a track and trace system that doesn't work. You know, that's just the government the last year. But him as a person, and the facts that are just out there, which are just common knowledge. The fact that he went for the Vote Leave campaign when everyone knows that he doesn't want to leave the European Union. It's common knowledge that he is pro-Europe, and he just done it for his own gains. I mean, that's just common knowledge. David Cameron says it right here.
Well, my conclusion is he thought that the Brexit vote would be lost, but he didn't want to give up the chance of being on the romantic, patriotic, nationalistic side of Brexit. You know, the minutes before he goes out to explain why he's going to be on the side of Brexit, he sent me a text saying Brexit will be crushed like a toad under the harrow. Typically Boris, colourful. But I can only conclude that he never argued for it before. He thought it was going to lose, and that's why he made the choice.
So you're saying that he took a cynical decision for his own career advancement over what he genuinely believed in?
He'd never argued for it before, and so why argue?
And another Conservative MP says exactly how Boris has always been pro-Europe.
There is to be a leadership election in the Conservative Party before the next election, because the Prime Minister has already said that he's not going to stand down. And it is said, I'm told, that Boris intends to stand in that leadership election. It is also further held that you couldn't leave the Tory party unless you've been an outer. I don't believe that's the case. But I believe that some of those factors may have contributed to Boris's Damascene conversion to the out cause. Boris is my friend. I mean, I like him very much. But he's not an outer. And he told me he wasn't an outer, I mean, some time ago. And he told lots of other people he wasn't an outer. So I regret very much that he did it.
So these things are just common knowledge. I mean, it's common knowledge that he went for the Brexit campaign just to further his own career. That's known by everyone. It's just fact. I mean, it's a day and age now where the politicians, they don't even have to hide their shit. I mean, at least with Tony Blair, we know about the Iraq war, but if you want to look at some of the dodgy things that he done in government, you really have to look. You really have to do your research. But nowadays, you can just be a liar and just be upfront and just have it out there. I mean, the classic 35 million that was supposed to be going to Europe and is now going to the NHS on the big bus, he got found out with that lie within about 2 seconds. He didn't even try to hide that one.
Send 350 million to Europe. We don't, and
We
you
do.
know we don't. No, we don't. You know we don't.
No, we
Admit that figure
No.
is grotesquely misleading at best.
I won't. I'll tell you why not. Because that figure represents accurately the gross sum that is
But the
sent.
gross sum is meaningless. You've got
Well,
the
there's-
rebate,
okay.
you've got the public subsidy. So the
well,
true
there's-
sum is 161 million, as best as anyone can get to it. Right?
Which is not in itself to be sneezed at.
So on that criteria, we know that he lies to get into number 10. So what are people voting for? I mean, is it his politics? Do we even know what his politics is? I guess it's some sort of libertarian, free market economist. Is that really a popular thing in this country? No. It just comes down to who you'd like to go to the pub with. I mean, I think that's what it boils down to. That's why people voted for him. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm in agreement. If I had to go down the pub with someone from the House of Commons, it would be Boris Johnson. I'm sure we'd have a great laugh. But is that the best criteria for picking a prime minister, the leader of your country? I mean, imagine if all jobs were picked on that criteria. Right, we've got some serious issues in Syria at the moment. We're going to need to send out some foreign diplomats. We need to come to some sort of peace negotiation because it's crazy. Have you got any ideas? I've got just the man. Johnny! Johnny, come over here, son. This is my mate Johnny. We call him Johnny Five Pies. I'm not going to tell you why we call him Johnny Five Pies. Actually, I am going to tell you. He ate 5 pies. That's right, Baz. I had 1 pie, and then I wanted another pie, and then before I knew it, I had 4 pies, and I thought, I've had 4 pies, I might as well eat 5. That's Johnny for you. See, he's the man. He'll sort it out. Is this really the criteria that we're using to pick our prime ministers now? I mean, please tell me what other qualifications he has, then he's alright. I mean, even his own dad said that he won the mayor election because of his hair.
Why is it that Boris is possibly the most popular Tory in London?
It's probably to do with his hair. Hair counts for a lot nowadays. I've still got a bit of hair, but he has more hair.
I mean, we laugh, but I mean, this is just crazy. We need to do something about this. We need to get the message out that you can't pick a prime minister on the basis of whether you'd like to go down the pub with him or not. As always, that's me out. Take care, guys. See you soon.